Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time there was a dear little girl who was loved by everyone who looked at her, but most of all by her grandmother, and there was nothing that she would have not given to the child. Once she gave her a little red riding hood of red velvet, which suited her so well that she would never wear anything else. She was always called Little Red Riding Hood. One day her mother said to her, "Come, Little Red Riding Hood, here is a piece of cake and a bottle of wine. Take them to your grandmother, she is ill and weak, and they will do her good. Set out before it gets hot. When you are going, walk nicely and quietly and do not run off the path, or you may fall and break the bottle, and then your grandmother will get nothing. When you go into her room, don't forget to say, 'Good morning,' and don't peep into every corner before you do it." "I will take great care," said Little Red Riding Hood to her mother. The grandmother lived out in the woods. Just as Little Red Riding Hood entered the woods, a wolf met her. Red Riding Hood did not know what a wicked creature he was, and was not at all afraid of him. "Good day," said Little Red Riding Hood, said he. "Thank you kindly," said the wolf. Where are you going so early?" "To my grandmother's." "What have you got in your basket?" "Cake and wine." "Where does your grandmother live, Little Red Riding Hood?" "Her house stands under the 3 large oak trees, and under the nut trees are just below." "You surely must know it," replied Little Red Riding Hood. She was surprised to find the cottage door standing open. When she went into the room, she had such a strange feeling. She called out, "Good morning," but received no answer. So she went to the bed and drew back the curtains. There lay her grandmother, with her cap pulled far over her face and looking very strange. "Oh, grandmother," she said, "what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with, my child," was the reply. "But, grandmother, what big eyes you have!" she said. "All the better to see you with, my dear." "But, grandmother, what large hands you have!" "All the better to hug you with." "Oh, but, grandmother, what a big mouth you have!" "All the better to eat you with." Scarcely had the wolf said this, than with one bound he was out of bed and swallowed up Red Riding Hood. When the wolf had appeased his appetite, he lay down again in bed, fell asleep, and began to snore very loud. The huntsman was just passing the house, and thought to himself, "How the old woman is snoring! I must see if she wants anything." So he went into the room, and when he came out to the bed, he saw a wolf. Just as he was going to fire at the wolf, it occurred to him that the wolf might have devoured the grandmother, and that she might still be saved. So he did not fire, but took a pair of scissors and began to cut open the stomach of the sleeping wolf. When he had made 2 snips, he saw a Little Red Riding Hood, and then he made 2 more snips, and the girl sprang out, crying, "Oh, how frightened I've been! How dark it was inside the wolf!" After the grandmother came out alive, but scarcely able to breathe, Red Riding Hood quickly fetched great stones, with which she filled the wolf's belly. When he awoke, he wanted to run away, but the stones were so heavy that he collapsed at once and fell dead. Little Red Riding Hood sat down with her grandmother and the huntsman, and together they ate the cake Little Red Riding Hood had brought. The end.